Coming soon to own on
YouTube and Twitch.
The cooking expert who should be banned from TV. Joe Baxter. I can't say his last name, but Joe. I seen the thumbnail. I've seen him before. I haven't watched a lot of him, but I've seen a lot of his clips, and he wows. Like he be saying a lot of like offensive, like Ramsey might say something offensive, and then he can say something to benefit you. Like when Ramsey is flaming you, he's not actually trying to disrespect you, but he's trying to critique you. When this Joe guy does it, like he's straight out just disrespectful. He's actually insane with the disrespect. Let's get straight into it.
Gordon Ramsay has spent 2 decades building a reputation as television's angriest chef. He yells, he throws food, and he's not afraid to tell you exactly what he thinks of your cooking. He's become the face of televised cruelty in the culinary world. But there's someone that gives Gordon a run for his money. Joe Bastianich. Joe is a judge on MasterChef and has worked alongside Gordon for years. And according to contestants, he's much, much worse.
He absolutely is. I'm not gonna lie. He's an asshole. Like Gordon Ramsay, asshole. Like he's like an asshole.
Joe doesn't need to raise his voice to destroy someone. He'll taste your dish, deliver a crushing verdict, and walk away, offering no explanation or guidance. Just
That's like you whipping your child for doing something and then not telling them what they did or trying to like teach them not to do it again.
public humiliation. But what he says isn't even about the food. He attacks your character, questions your authenticity, and makes you feel like you don't belong. And he does it with a coldness that somehow cuts deeper than any of Gordon's explosions. Fans have noticed the difference, and the more you look at Joe Bastianich's record, both on MasterChef and off the show, the clearer it becomes that the problem runs much deeper than just his judging style. Before we get into the controversies, the allegations, and what former contestants have said about him, it's worth pointing out something important. Joe isn't a chef. That might sound surprising given he's been judging cooking competitions for over a decade, but
I had to say I ain't never seen this nigga in the kitchen at least once. Every time I see a chef on Food Network, I seen them at least get behind the grill one time. He's literally the only person on Food Network I ain't never seen cook shit before.
it's true. Joe never went to culinary school. He never worked his way up through restaurant kitchens. He didn't train under masters or spend years perfecting techniques.
And he knew somebody, and he got the ultimate like just carry on through.
Joe Bastianich is a restaurateur and a businessman, the son of Lidia Bastianich, a legitimately famous chef and one of the world's foremost experts on Italian cuisine. Lidia built her career through decades of hard work. She immigrated to the United States from Istria, a region that's now part of Croatia but was once Yugoslavia, and clawed her way up through New York's competitive restaurant scene. She opened acclaimed restaurants, wrote cookbooks, hosted PBS cooking shows, and earned genuine respect in the culinary world. Joe grew up watching all of that, and he used it. He studied finance at Boston College, briefly worked on Wall Street, then partnered with celebrity chef Mario Batali to build a restaurant empire. The restaurants succeeded, and some of them were genuinely excellent, but Joe's role was always business, not cooking. Then in 2010, Fox came calling. They wanted him as a judge on the new American version of MasterChef. The network wanted someone.
And this is what I mean, like that's either nepotism or he had a lucky ass network that got him there.
Who could represent the diner's perspective rather than the kitchen's. Someone who could judge food as a customer, not a cook. Joe took the job, and for over a decade, he's been judging amateur cooks on skills he doesn't actually have. But this doesn't sit right with many fans.
And that's like saying, let me go. Hold on, fuck my mic. That's like saying, let me go down the street and grab some random person to judge people's welding skills. To judge like people who've been studying welding, to judge welding skills that have a civilian's insight. Because it's like, yeah, the civilians are going to be they're going to trust their life on these things that you're welding. But at the end of the day, they don't really not understand. They don't do or they don't study what it takes to do the welding. He doesn't cook. He probably watches his mom cook, but he's not a chef.
Across Reddit, the complaint is consistent. He's not even a chef. It's become the #1 criticism leveled at him. But here's the thing. Joe's lack of credentials isn't actually the problem. Plenty of non-chefs could judge food fairly.
it's more or less being so disrespectful, and he has no like feedback. It's just criticism with no feedback. It's just disrespectful. At least Gordon Ramsay would disrespect you, and then he'll tell you how to fix it. He'll just tell you some shit and just leave it at that.
and constructively. The problem is Joe himself and the pattern of behavior he's displayed over 11 seasons. In season
Like, who does he know that he can get 11 seasons straight? 11 seasons. Damn.
1, contestant Slim Hyun presented a passion fruit fondue during a pressure test, but the dish wasn't up to scratch.
There's a lot of ginger in the sauce, right?
Yes, sir.
If we were on a date and you cooked that dish for me, I'd go to the bathroom.
Hold on, Gordon. God damn, nigga, you been spending too much time in that tanning booth. Nigga got the goggles mark too. Looking like Donald Trump out there. Ugh.
You'd never see me again.
This was harsh, but Gordon at least tried the dish before judging it. When it came to Joe's turn, he didn't even bother tasting it.
Slim, this is like a buffet gone bad.
And it's like, exactly what it means is, nigga didn't even try it.
Go back to your station. I'm not tasting this crap.
He proceeded to make an example of her, telling the group that at this point in the competition, producing something as ridiculous as this was unacceptable. Then,
Like, come on, dog. That shit, not it. Keep it a buck. If a customer's ordering something that they don't know what it's going to look like, they're not going to look at the plate and say, what the fuck is this? Send it back. They're going to at least try it first.
he threw her dish into the trash. Slim
Oh,
stood
that's so
there,
disrespectful.
stunned, as Joe walked away without another word, and the other contestants looked on in disbelief. This wasn't a one-time thing. It was his signature move. In season 3, contestant David presented a smoked lobster with roasted potatoes during a Pizza Stone challenge.
This is why I hate gourmet food sometimes. Nigga, is that one singular piece of bacon on my shit?
The
And then the smoked potato is smaller than the fucking piece of bacon almost. And the lobster.
judges were already giving him negative feedback, but Joe used the moment as an opportunity to completely embarrass him.
I'm supposed to eat this? Really?
He took the smallest bite possible, then spent the next 20 seconds tearing David apart. Eventually, he sent him away and launched the dish into the trash.
This is the most important dish of your life, guys. You see this? This is
There was absolutely no explanation of what went wrong and no advice on how to fix it. But when Joe does bother to explain why he hates a dish, the comments get personal. In the very same episode, contestant Tanya served lamb cutlets with roasted garlic yogurt.
Roasted garlic yogurt. I feel like the lamb looks a little dry. I would say the lamb does look a little dry, and it probably be seasoned a little bit more. Just a little bit more.
Joe took a bite of the yogurt, then spat a garlic clove out and dropped it onto the table in front of her. He then scolded her like a teacher talking to a misbehaving child.
when you go out to eat, I give you whole cloves of raw garlic to eat.
No, chef.
And that is a mistake, though. But the disrespect is kind of crazy.
You could see it in her face. She knew what was coming.
When you give us crap like that to eat, it gets to be almost kind of personally offensive. You understand that?
Yes.
Her eyes were watering and she looked like she was on the brink of tears, but Joe didn't give a damn.
Not only am I advising you to step up your cooking game, I'm also advising you to have a little respect.
This was tough to watch. You could tell Tanya was genuinely hurt by what he said, but an even worse example came during season 4.
Not to play devil's advocate, but that he's not wrong in a sense, though. In that clip, I wouldn't say he was too wrong, because there was a whole clover in that. Like, if I take a bite of yogurt, like if I go for the yogurt and I pull out a garlic clover, you didn't cut my shit right. You didn't cut it right. Now, obviously, if my shit ain't cut right, like if somebody puts for the people who, the nasty people who actually get tomato on their burgers, me personally, I'm not a tomato person. But if somebody like puts a thick ass tomato slice in your burger, you go and view that as disrespectful. Then like Like, what the fuck? Did you even try to cut my shit? I would give him that, like, that benefit of the doubt. That one, but he was like staring down her about to cry, and he still kept going. But I feel like he didn't go too crazy on that one.
Agnolotti challenge. Joe's mother Lydia had demonstrated the technique, and contestant Howard admitted up front that he didn't make much Italian food. After tasting his dish, Lydia told him it was too peppery and lacked harmony.
Classics work and they're appreciated time after time. Otherwise, they wouldn't be called classics.
Of course.
Get a good connection to the basics. Don't just fly off on a wing.
Even though Lydia has the actual cooking credentials, she was
So hold on. If the mama here, why the hell is this nigga judging this episode? Well, we got the real chef in the building. The hell we need this nigga's input for?
gentle and instructive. But when it was Joe's turn to critique Howard's dish, he tore him apart.
I don't understand. She's been nice to you, but the whole thing with you is you have this very cavalier attitude.
Joe had it out for Howard. He thought
Like, this shit is about the food. And nigga, before he even, like, as soon as he grabs the fork, he starts mentioning his attitude. Nigga, this shit about the food.
he was lazy and undeserving of his place on the show, and so he began viciously attacking his character.
You don't know what you're cooking, what dish you're making with 10 minutes left. Then you come up here and get misty-eyed with us like, oh, poor me again, I got screwed up, and I'm getting tired of it.
Howard tried to defend himself, but Joe wasn't having any of it. He stared him down, then continued insulting him.
If you're here putting your spin on everything you make because you want to show us how cutesy and intelligent and crafty you are, well, that's going to get you a one-way ticket back to wherever you came from.
In normal life, nobody would tolerate being spoken to like this. But in the context of the show, contestants have to stand there and take it, while Joe completely humiliates them.
Yeah, they just making him, like, you basically can't really do nothing. You just trapped.
Only thing worse than a cook who can't boil is a narcissist in full denial. Thank you for nothing.
This wasn't about the food. It was about putting someone in their place. The difference between Joe and Gordon isn't that Gordon is nice. He's not. Gordon is blunt and insults people too, but he's less cutting and usually offers actual information about what's wrong with the food rather than just humiliating the person. With Joe, he'll taste your dish. If you're lucky, then say something brutal and walk away. Viewers online sum it up perfectly. You know you're taking things too far as a food judge when Gordon Ramsay is the nice guy. Gordon is
That's
like the
actually
strict
true.
father pushing you to do better, while Joe is the deadbeat drunk that amounts to nothing, so he has to crush your achievements. All he does is say, garbage, disappointed, annoying, and throw shit he doesn't even taste in the trash. He's describing himself at this point. You can tell even Gordon finds Joe exhausting.
Like, if you got Gordon Ramsay doing this pose, it's like, It's like, oh my God. We couldn't find nobody else.
In season 10, contestant Dorian made wild boar sausage with garlic bread. When Joe told her that the bread cheapens the dish, Gordon clapped back.
So you don't serve garlic bread in your restaurants?
No.
Oh, so
There's no such thing.
Fucking God. Nigga, you're Italian. Make that make sense. An Italian nigga. His mother's an Italian world star chef. He don't sell garlic bread in his shop, in his restaurant. Make that make sense. An Italian. His mother was an Italian immigrant who is a world-renowned Italian chef. But he don't sell fucking garlic bread in his own restaurants. What type of shit is that?
There's garlic bread in Italy. So I think it cheapens it. It makes it less than it could be.
I disagree.
Gordon couldn't believe what he was
Hold on.
hearing.
I think it cheapens
Is that Nick? Is that
it.
Nick?
It makes it less.
Oh, that's Nick. If you watch, he's popular on YouTube and YouTube Shorts. If you watch Nick, that's the YouTube chef. I know he was on MasterChef.
Less than it could be.
I disagree.
Gordon couldn't believe what he was hearing, and after offering Joe a piece of the garlic bread, he finally lost his cool.
Would you like a bread?
No, I don't want any garlic bread.
You're such a snob.
Joe tried to laugh it off, but later, when the judges were giving their final comments on the dish, Gordon brought it up again.
It's delicious. It's you on a plate, and the garlic bread I absolutely love.
I'm glad you love it.
Love the garlic bread.
Despite him rubbing fans and even his fellow judges the wrong way, Joe is still on the show today.
I'm sorry. That just blew me. This nigga is an Italian and doesn't serve garlic bread. Like, that truly just like blew me off. Pause. That just threw me off. Like his mother is a world-renowned Italian chef, an Italian immigrant, world-renowned chef, and he don't sell at his own restaurants. He don't sell garlic bread.
Still dismissive, still cold, and still making contestants feel worthless. But the meanness is just the beginning, because the more you look at his comments over the years, a disturbing pattern emerges. In season 4, contestant Bimi auditioned with mofongo, a traditional Puerto Rican dish made with fried plantains. He explained that it was something he made
Oh yeah, that's some cultural shit. You know, this nigga not going he not gonna like it.
for his daughters, and that to them, he was the world's greatest chef.
My name is Abimael Cruz Reyes Rivera Gonzalez III the third. You can call me
Hold up.
Bimi. Now I'm cooking for
Oh, that shit already threw him off. Like, him doing that just made him
My name is
pissed.
Abimael Cruz Reyes Rivera Gonzalez III the third.
But you can see that shit already made him pissed.
You can call me Bimi. Now I'm cooking for you guys as a traditional Puerto Rican dish, mofongo con camarones.
Gordon and Graham loved Bimi's energy. While they didn't think the dish was perfect, they liked it and saw real potential in him. But when it came time for the judges to make their decision, Joe had a different take.
Is this really a Caribbean dish or just kind of like shrimp scampi faked with some
Nigga said strip scampi faked.
plantain put in it?
The implication was clear. Caribbean food is just Italian-American food with plantains added, as if mofongo, a dish with centuries of history, is somehow derivative of shrimp scampi. Joe gave Bimi a no, but thankfully, Gordon and Graham put him through anyway. The truth is, Joe has a consistent pattern of suggesting that non-European food can only be good if it's made to seem European. In season 12, Christine, European food can only be good if it's made to seem
White people food can only be good if it's made like white people food.
European. In season 12, Christine Ha, the blind chef who won season 3, returned as a guest judge for a Vietnamese quiz.
Hold on. Come on, Joe. Yeah, you couldn't play nice for one episode? For one little stint? She's blind, gang.
Cuisine challenge. Contestant Dara made a rice porridge with seared duck breast and sautéed morning glory. Christine loved it. Aaron was shocked by the flavor, but Joe revealed his bias.
What you did is take Vietnamese flavors and techniques and somehow manipulated them into seeming like it's a European Michelin-star dish.
Manipulated them
Manipulating them into seeming it's European. That is one terrible sentence.
into seeming European, as if the
I imagine like a nigga took your culture and said you manipulated it into being European.
only way Vietnamese food can be elevated is by making it less Vietnamese. This wasn't the first time Joe made this kind of comment. Years earlier, during Christine Ha's own season, the signs were already there. Christine Ha made history as the first blind contestant on MasterChef. She navigated the kitchen through touch, taste, smell, and years of practice, and she made it all the way to the finale against
I'm not gonna lie, that I'll be nervous of her using a knife, but if she got it, she got it.
contestant Josh. But Joe didn't believe she belonged there. During a team challenge at Hatfield's restaurant, a Michelin-starred establishment in Los Angeles, the contestants were deciding who should handle which station. When Graham suggested Christine could finish dishes at the end, Joe immediately shut it down.
Where would you put her in a situation like this?
I would have her at the end finishing a dish.
Definitely coat check room.
No, come on.
Gordon tried to make Joe see reason, but the explanation Joe gave for his comment made it clear he was beyond hope.
She can't see that.
You seen how she puts food on the plate?
Yeah, this is a live kitchen, Michelin-starred restaurant. She can't do it. She's a liability.
No.
Despite his reservations, Christine's team won the challenge, and Joe later admitted he was wrong. But when the finale arrived, his doubts resurfaced. This time, not about her ability, but about her food. For the final challenge, both contestants prepared 3-course menus. Josh's menu leaned on European techniques: butter poached lobster, green curry rack of lamb, and bacon pecan pie. Christine's menu showcased her Vietnamese-American heritage: Thai papaya salad, braised pork belly caramelized in coconut soda and fish sauce, and coconut lime sorbet with a ginger twill cookie. When it came time to compare the two menus, Joe made his bias crystal clear.
You have starred European restaurant food versus hawker stand street food.
Christine won the competition anyway. Her skill was
Insane.
undeniable. But Joe's comment exposed the way he views non-European cuisines as inherently less refined, less professional,
And it's like, it's not even the fact he's saying Italian, like he's not even comparing it to where he's from. He's saying European. Nigga, like, I get, like, same shit, but European food is different from Italian cuisines.
Less worthy of respect. If Joe's behavior ended with what we saw on MasterChef, that would be bad enough. But off the show, his record is even worse.
He's worse off the show?
Joe Bastianich spent 2 decades building a restaurant empire with celebrity chef Mario Batali. Together, they owned over 20 restaurants across New York, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, and beyond. They were business partners and friends, and they created a workplace culture that was toxic and abusive. In 2017, at the height of the Me Too movement, multiple women came forward with allegations of sexual harassment and assault against Mario Batali. The stories were horrifying: groping, unwanted touching, explicit comments, and a pattern of predatory.
No matter, like, I know the job market is very cooked right now, but sometimes you gotta, like, you can't put your morals aside. Especially women. If your boss is groping you, touching you, making you feel uncomfortable, leave that job. Especially if they're above HR, leave that job, please.
Behavior that had gone unchecked for years. But this wasn't just about Batali. In July 2021, the New York Attorney General announced a settlement involving Mario Batali, Joe Bastianich, and their company Batali and Bastianich Hospitality Group.
A settlement has been reached in the sexual harassment and discrimination case at restaurants owned by famed chef Mario Batali and Joe Bastianich. The celebrity chef and Bastianich will have to pay a $600,000 settlement to at least 20 former employees. And
that is not no money. 600,000 divided by 20 divided by, that's 30,000 per person. I mean, 30,000 a lot, but you get sexually harassed by these ugly niggas? Nah.
Investigation by the New York State Attorney General found the culture of widespread sexual harassment and retaliation at the Batali and Bastianich Hospitality Group.
The investigation found that between 2016 and 2000.
3 years? Nigga. How many women did you have on schedule? 20 women in 3 years you sexually assaulted, gang? That's like, because this happened in restaurants. Restaurants already don't go deeper than 30 people. Typically they're male dominated, you know, especially in the cooking area. So for it to be 20 women saying this happened in 3 year span, you niggas are genuine like monsters.
2019, employees at Babbo, Lupa, and Del Posto were subjected to unwanted
different
sexual advances,
places.
inappropriate touching, and sexually explicit comments from managers and co-workers. Female employees were forcibly groped, hugged, and kissed by male colleagues.
See, that's like, in what world, when you go to hug a girl or like kiss her, you don't feel like, I'm not saying you don't feel weird, but it's like, you don't feel not bad. It's hard to explain, but it's like there's no way when you go to kiss a girl and she damn near looks like she about to throw up, that shit doesn't like fuck with you. Like, you can't just like, oh my God.
Allegedly, Batali himself sexually harassed a server by grabbing her hand and pulling it toward his crotch.
Oh my God. That's so fucked up.
Women reported being called little girl and sensitive in front of customers. They were told to wear makeup or get breast implants.
Oh, fuck no. This not Hooters. This not Hooters, gang. If you wanted that, you should have opened a Hooters or a strip club.
Male employees were favored for promotions, and when women complained, management ignored them or blamed the victims. New York Attorney General Letitia James was clear in her assessment. Batali and Bastianich permitted an intolerable work environment and allowed shameful behavior that is inappropriate in any setting. Joe's defense was simple. He didn't know. He claimed he
didn't know. Nigga, your name is involved of doing shit himself. It's not just this dude. Your name came up too.
Never heard about the allegations against Batali until the news broke in 2017, but that story doesn't hold up. In interviews, Joe admitted he had heard Batali say inappropriate things to staff. He told Eater that he should have done more to call his partner out. Former employees also alleged that Joe himself had sleazy behavior, flirting with female staff and making them uncomfortable. Joe denied these claims, saying he was just trying to be friendly. Whether or not Joe was directly involved in harassment, one thing is certain. He was in charge. He co-owned the restaurants. He benefited financially from the business. And for years, he allowed a culture where women were harassed, demeaned, and silenced. The settlement didn't just hold Batali accountable. It held Joe accountable too. His signature is on the agreement. The company paid $600,000, and Joe was held legally responsible for the culture he helped create. Just 1 month after the Batali allegations broke in 2017, Joe found himself in hot water again, this time for racist comments on MasterChef Italia. In
Who could have guessed?
a January 2018 episode, Joe visited a nail salon in Milan's Chinatown.
This nigga said some niggas. I know he said some crazy shit. Oh my God. Guarantee he says something in a fake Chinese accent.
While getting a manicure and pedicure, he repeatedly corrected the employee's pronunciation of Italian words. Then he asked one of the women if she'd ever dated an Italian man, before going on to criticize Chinese men.
Then he started attacking Chinese men genetically.
Hanno un po' di difetti, a volte sono un po' curti, sono non adeguati in certe situazioni.
Making a comment like that about an entire race was outrageous. And combined with his repeated dismissal of Asian cuisine on MasterChef US, it revealed something deeper. When the clip went viral, Joe issued an apology, claiming it was a scripted segment and that he knew the women, but the damage was done. MasterChef contestant Paulina Farrow, who had competed on season 4 of the US version, tweeted, "Not surprised by this. As a finalist on MasterChef, Joe Bastianich called my Filipino dish bad Chinese food. The pattern was clear. Dismissive comments about non-European cuisines on MasterChef US, racist remarks about Chinese men on Italian television, and a workplace culture that enabled harassment."
But it's like, why does he fixate on European dishes and not just Italian dishes when he's from, well, his mother is from Italy? I don't know.
And discrimination. This wasn't just one bad moment. This is who Joe Bastianich has shown himself to be over and over again. In 2019, Joe and his sister bought Batali out of the hospitality business entirely. The company was renamed from Batali and Bastianich Hospitality Group to Pasta Resources. Joe told the New York Times that the past few years have truly been a transformative period, and that it was an opportunity to redefine the business and the culture. Meanwhile, his television career continued without interruption. Joe is still on MasterChef, judging contestants and dismissing their food with the same cutting remarks. He continues to benefit from the fame he built alongside a man who was accused of sexual harassment by multiple employees. And to this day, he's still presented as an authority worth listening to. When you add everything up, it's clear there's no real comparison between Joe Bastianich and Gordon Ramsay. Gordon has never treated foreign cuisines as inferior. He's never made racist comments on television, and
And here's the difference between an actual chef versus somebody who's just a customer's perspective, because he's the businessman owner. And technically, using that logic, it would have been better off if every season it was a different version of Joe, some other business person who has the customer's look behind it, judging the food, instead of the same person for 11 years straight. You know? Gordon Ramsay is the actual chef. He wants to try and learn as many dishes as he can. That's why he genuinely cares for these dishes, instead of just trying to minimize and compare them to European food, which is, it's still blowing me because it's like you saying European food. You're not even saying you're not even saying your country. You're Italian. Your mother was an Italian world star chef. Italian, gang. Why is it Europe?
he's never signed a sexual harassment settlement. Joe has done all of those things, not to mention the fact he called Christine Ha a liability for being blind.
I'm not gonna. That's very fucked up to say, but that's something you don't say on camera. If I wouldn't say he's right, but if you feel like That's something you don't say on camera. But if you feel that way, it's
The surprise he's still doing as well as he is, but he wouldn't be the first person with a troubling record to face no real consequences. And he definitely won't be the last.
But that was the cooking expert who should be banned from TV. Obviously, he should have been booted off the show, I think, since like season 5. But let me know how y'all think about this. With that being said, I'll see y'all boys later, though. Get your hands up for me. Wanna rest my bones when I am free. You can't control my heart. Bones when I am free. You don't own my soul. Get your hands up for me. Wanna rest my bones when I